Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. You put like sleigh bells in there. Oh, mate.
I thought I wouldn't tell you about that.
No.
Just let you experience it along with everyone else.
I love that. I mean, I'm a big fan of that intro anyway, obviously. I do love it. I always laugh.
Yeah, I could have counted on you to be watching it intently, knowing how much you enjoy it. So I was like, I won't tell him, and there'll be something extra there. Very festive.
Yes, Duncan's right. It is festive. He loves that. He loves a Christmas. We all love Christmas.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I think Duncan likes it a bit more. Welcome to Don't Get Me Started, episode 30. The 30th of all the Don't Get Me Started. And so it's really neat. And this is going to be the last one of the year, festive edition. Thanks for joining us, raiding into us. Love it. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, little cute girl 86 for the huge raid. Thank you very much to everyone that has joined. If you are coming here for the first time, we're very sorry. This is the Ranty Banty podcast in which we rally against all manner of anything and call it a twat, basically.
Yeah, we do call it a twat. If you've never been here before, I'm Alex and this is Jez. And we do talk some bullshit. And there's a lot of alcohol drinking and swearing and shit like that. So it's Christmas, so I've got myself some mulled wine. You can have some in a minute.
I will have some.
You just say when you want it. I'll go and get it for you.
Right now, I have some Pepsi.
I thought you were just saying, right now! Get it from me now!
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fucking...
Let me do this shit on my own.
Mm.
But...
oh, that's good.
I did say...
That's mulled.
Yesterday on your stream that I was going to be chill today. And I wasn't going to lose my shit.
You did say that. Oh, man. If I'd have thought a little bit more about that, I'd have found ways to make you lose your shit. I think... It's unfair, really, because I could just think of things and just like things that you hate.
It's quite easy to.
It is.
Yeah. But today, I am unshittable.
Okay.
You cannot shit me up.
Okay. I wonder what that meant there for a minute. I'm unshittable.
I'm unshittable.
Got up in the morning, did not have a shit.
I am that clump of constipation that is stuck within you that cannot be expelled.
That's not a nice feeling.
Unshittable. It's not a nice feeling.
It's not a nice feeling.
Well, that's just the kind
not
of
a
effect
happy
I
feeling.
have on people.
Make him lose his shit. Oh man, I will try my hardest. But I've actually bought you something. Well, I bought us both something, but it's more you than me. Star Trek Lower Decks. How'd you feel about Star Trek Lower Decks?
I'm chill.
Yeah. We scrubbed off on the board. Don't get me Star Trek.
Yeah,
so certain we were that we weren't going to get Star Trek.
We cannot be Star Trek today.
Cannot be Star Trek. How about them Bears? How are they doing?
They won this week, so I can't be fucked off by that either.
There you go. Trubisky. Getting it done.
Trubisky was a thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
He did that a little bit. Put some
but
balls
Foles is still on the team.
He is still on the team, yeah.
Okay, you're doing very well. Very well. I literally can't think of many more things that would wind you up. Normally it's Foles. Normally it's fucking Foles. And it will be again, just not today.
I mean, once we get into this is happening, we'll see. Because I am pretty sick of my nap.
Oh, really?
Pretty sick of it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Man, a swing and a miss from me there.
How about the felt, Sheds?
Do you know what?
I am chill.
He's fine, guys. You know,
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I think that also the shed. I mean, it's there, it's up, it's happening. I mean, maybe it would have been easier to wind you up on that one.
The problem is with pissing me off with the shed is I got a cool story and a song out of it. So in the grand scheme of things, it's turned out to be a good thing.
A positive.
Yeah. We've turned that bullshit thing into a massively positive.
It's unbelievable.
Thing.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle.
Yes.
And it's a Rooster Beast miracle because that song continues to.
It's the Christmas gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
Today on the show, we're going to talk about haps and naps. Probably going to hate some hate, maybe. I don't know. We'll play that one by ear. Maybe a bit of throwing shit in the sea. We're definitely going to do our top 5 each Christmas films. And I think and of course, at some point we will get around to Am I the Arsehole? Why are you drinking wine out of a teacup, Alex? It's mulled wine.
Because it's mulled. Pay
attention.
Mulled.
It's mulled wine. I'm glad you noticed this. I mean, you can't see what's in it, So presumably you just guessed I was drinking wine. It's just like Alex is consuming a thing.
Alex exists. There is wine. Why is it in a cup?
Yesterday when Captain Sora was drinking wine and Carmen Rider Wizard was like, hang on a minute, is this gimmick infringement?
Definitely is gimmick infringement.
Carmen Rider Wizard sent me a picture of him training earlier. Like, not just a picture of him, like a video of him kicking the shit out of someone in a ring. It was brilliant. I should have sent it to you so we could have shared it. But it's basically like he's quite a big monster kind of wrestling dude, so he's just like no-selling everything and punching the shit out of him. And the other guy is scrappily kind of Rey Mysterioing around him and stuff like that.
Doing the class. Oh fuck, he didn't go down.
Oh shit!
I'll hit the ropes. Oh shit, he still didn't go down. No.
And he comes off. He sunset flips over the back of him and like ultimately doesn't get anywhere from it. It's all gone. Anyway,
this week's
there he is now. Look, there you go.
There we go. Are this week's Am I the Arsehole entries Christmassy?
Oh,
they are Christmassy in the same way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Oh, we got started.
I.e., not really.
Not really. But I guess they could be set at Christmas.
Not at all, but they're Christmas Am I the Arseholes because they take place loosely around the Christmas period.
You know. Yeah, we. I mean, they're being. We're going to say them at Christmas. Does that make it Christmassy enough? I don't know.
Depends on your criteria and your opinions of what makes a thing.
I say that. I mean, I don't actually know them because you find them. So really, I'm not really the kind of guy that's going to be able to answer that question. You know, I don't know because I normally present them on fish
paper.
Them around.
Yeah.
So I normally let them. I don't know, but the answer is no, not really.
Yeah.
Much like that. Carmen Reiner loved your video of you smashing the shit out of some guy. That sounds worse than it is, but it's true. Original Sarcasmo Man. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
You can swear.
You can swear.
Go for it.
That's what we do.
I turned down the filters and everything. They should do a wrestling sketch comedy drama called Studio 60 on the Sunset Flip.
By the way, that's such an excellent reference to another to a post-West Wing Aaron Sorkin short-lived TV program that was very good, but unfortunately...
I never watched it, but I did hear it was good.
It is good. It's got the same guy who plays Josh Lyman. Is the deputy guy, not the same character, but the same actor.
There you go. I was wondering because I was
that
about
would be
to
weird,
ask.
wouldn't it?
I've heard the name Aaron Sorkin recently. Where
was
I
it?
seen it? And that was watching The West Wing with you.
I watched a film the other day that Aaron Sorkin directed. I think it was Moneyball. Have you seen Moneyball?
No. Is that the one with Paul Heyman and Shane McMahon in it?
No, it is not. I'll tell you
that's
that now.
Rollerball.
Yes, it is.
Different balls.
Yes, it is. Balls, jingle balls.
Balls everywhere.
No, Moneyball is Brad Pitt. It plays the general manager of the Oakland Athletics baseball team, and he comes up thanks to Jonah Hill.
Brilliant film.
With a concept that they don't have any money, and they keep selling their players because the fucking Yankees want their players. The Yankees have millions of dollars, so as a result, all those smaller teams never get anywhere. And Jonah Hill stats his way to finding out that actually there's some overlooked cheaper players we could build a team out of. Do they build a team out of it? Well, yes, that's largely the point of the film. So that's Moneyball.
Be a shit film otherwise.
That's Aaron Sorkin again. So I enjoyed it. It's got Brad Pitt in it. I mean, he's good in other films, but that whole film's quite a nice film. So do watch that. It is a Christmas film, says Captain Brilliant. Well,
you said do.
I did say do. I guess it's up to you whether you want to put it on a list or not. Is it number one on your list? That's the question, Captain Brilliant. Moneyball has Brad Pitt and it's awesome. Brilliant film. Everyone's loving some Moneyball. It is a good film. I watched it apropos of nothing. I watched it along with Pitch Perfect. I mean, we should get into haps and naps, and I'll tell you, I'm very happy about the things I've been watching. Shall we introduce...
Shall we push the button?
Yes, shall we introduce a segment we like to call This Is Happening?
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
You'll need to put a number after that, Death Valley. 1, 2, 3, or 4 to get your nap.
Yes. So perhaps I've started watching all manner of Christmas films and other films that aren't Christmas films. I watched Moneyball, loved it. Nice. I watched Pitch Perfect. Where has Pitch Perfect been all my life? A massive hat for Pitch Perfect. I mean, Anna Kendrick's in it. That's enough for me. But it's just a load of people singing. Tamsanaki. Why did you not tell me? I didn't know. There's a load of people singing mashups of songs. It's fucking amazing. Pitch Perfect, so good. Is
it basically like Glee the movie. Or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's the plot of it is that they all go to a college, Barden College, and they are all entering into an a cappella competition, much like Glee has to kind of go into a singing competition as well. Some cheers!
Woo! Thank you very much for the bits, Eric J. Dewey. Hope you're enjoying. Well, it says enjoying the show, cheer with some bits, so that suggests you're enjoying. That's called validation.
Yes, you must like it.
I like validation.
Thank you. Yeah, so effectively, that all the several a cappella groups are in the same college, and they all basically have to compete to win the prize of being the best a cappella group. And
then the usual like jocks versus nerds versus football team.
I mean, I have to say they're all pretty nerdy. There's a bloke, there's a male group who are massive nerds, and ostensibly they refer to themselves as like a cappella nerds. And what it comes down to is the reigning champion boys versus the girls, and the girls try this tried and tested but ultimately tired kind of routine which hasn't got them anywhere, and Anna Kendrick's trying to get them to bust out of that shit. Does she succeed? Well, you'll have to watch the film. But yeah, fucking love Pitch Perfect. All about the pitches. Yeah. Also, by the way, during the film, whenever they want to, they drop the term "acca" into anything. They're like, "This is acca awesome," and stuff like that, and they do it all the time. And I just love the fact that they do it without. Oh, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant film. So I'm having a happy Christmas at the moment because I keep watching. I watched the Princess Switch earlier. You saw a bit of the end of them.
I did, regrettably. Yeah.
The Princess Switch. What a film!
Yeah, I haven't quite got fully into Christmas movie mode yet.
I'm in it.
I'm all in on Christmas in general, but I haven't had the time to sit and watch some Christmas movies yet. But next week, that's pretty much my entire week.
Yeah, I'm into it. Christmas movie. That's one of my haps. You know.
Hap Camera Wizard says got paid last night. Now Jez owns half of it. Yeah, that is
really. Did you give him some money?
No, he gave me some money.
Oh, I see. Right.
Because I own a business and I sell the plastic.
Oh, I see. I understand what you're saying. I misunderstood that. He brought a lot of stuff from Jez.
He did buy a lot of stuff from me.
Cheese is hap, says Tamzanaki. Tamzanaki, you haven't seen Pitch Perfect. It's on Netflix. Check it out. And by the way, once I finished Pitch Perfect, it said, you might be interested in Pitch Perfect 2. I'm like,
no shit.
Well done, algorithm. Really getting your money's worth from that one.
I thought I'd cut the cheese too much, says Tamzanaki. There is always that possibility.
But I polished it off.
Open a window.
I've seen 31 Christmas movies so far in the past 2.5 weeks. Jesus.
It's a good ratio. But if I'm remembering correctly, hasn't Duncan been doing Christmas songs on his singing stream since like early November?
He's that Christmas guy, isn't he? Just like insufferable.
Just relentless Christmas.
Yeah.
Which is fine in December.
Yes.
November,
not so much. What's your haps then?
So my hap, and it's the reason I decided to crack out my Route 66 kind of trucker-esque hat, is what I'm trying to say, is the fact that, so preamble, Reese has been playing American Truck Simulator a lot on his streams, and I immediately watched this going, this is going to be such crap. I'm not going to enjoy this, and I'm just tuning in to support Reese, and I'm not going to enjoy it. Cue 5 minutes into the stream, I'm like, man, this is so much fun. Like,
it is a lot of fun.
Fucking driving a truck and crashing it into walls and forcing cars off the road, but it's so much fun. So I was like, all right, fine, let's go and see how much it is. And it's like, it's £15. I'm like,
okay, it's more than nothing.
It's
that's not the number you were hoping it was going to say.
It's not the number I was hoping for. I'm like, no, okay, like. It was cheaper than I was expecting, but it still wasn't enough I was able to afford, quite honestly. And I was like, I'm just going to leave it. Put it in my wish list. Got an email yesterday. It's like, a game from your wish list
has been bought.
Is on offer. I'm like,
oh, it's on offer.
Like, shit, son. I've only got one game in my wish list, so you know what that fucking means. American Truck Simulator had been reduced to £3.74.
That's the money.
That's my price.
That's the price. You found it.
So it is bought. It is downloaded, it is installed. It is also bought, downloaded, and installed by Duff Valley and Captain Soro. So a convoy stream is coming in the new year.
Driving home for Christmas.
All of us driving trucks, probably into each other.
Can you drive in the same...
You can get a mod to go with it so that you can do the same jobs and drive within the same world.
Could you drive into him?
I could drive into him.
Oh, that's amazing.
Once it's all sorted, yes.
That's what I want.
I probably will drive into.
I hope so.
Into one of them, if not all of them.
Yeah, that does sound hap. That is a hap.
Yeah, you can buy it too. £3.74.
I might. I'm probably more interested in that than some of the other games that have been on offer there. Trucks against each other. Yeah, that sounds pretty hap.
Funnily enough, Jez, I thought that when I first tuned into you, but your meltdown over the blue hedgehog amused me. Love you. Yeah, I mean, I think that's been the experience of lots of people actually, and it was definitely my kind of experience with Twitch at the beginning. I'm like, okay, I'm not quite sure how anybody enjoys watching somebody else play a video game.
Yeah.
There was just a mental block in my head. I'm like, that doesn't sound appealing in any way, shape, or form. But then the moment you actually go, okay, let's give it a chance, you're like, oh, this is actually pretty fucking sweet.
It is fun watching.
It's really fucking sweet, especially if they're bad at the game. I think that helps.
That's always good.
Nobody wants to see a prick just relentlessly doing well.
Succeed.
What the fuck is the point? But somebody being shit,
all over that.
That's a niche I can slot nicely into.
So if you've got a hap, drop it into the chat. In fact, we'll say the same with the naps as well and read them out. Join in. We'll if you've got something. I mean, a lot of us are happy because it's Christmas. I like how effectively, despite the fact we're under lockdown a lot of the time, the adverts are still saying like Christmas is happening. Christmas is
get
on.
Together with your family this
It's
Christmas.
just, I'm like,
you haven't got the memo.
Read the fucking room, John Lewis. It's just like Christmas is just like always. A time for what the fuck being locked up. I bought one of my Christmas haps is that I bought a lot of alcohol. I was thinking
that nothing says lockdown Christmas like buying a lot of alcohol.
I mean, it's just for me. No one else is here apart from you, although you're going to get some alcohol in a minute.
I'm going to get some alcohol.
But mostly
staying home for Christmas.
I can't wait to drink that gin.
Wine.
Yeah, I didn't have any gin left, so I bought some gin, bought some Gordon's, and then I thought, oh well, if I'm going to, do you know what's good with that? If I can make a Negroni, that means I haven't got any Campari. I got some Campari, and I went to the counter, and as I was laying it out, I was like, oh shit, I need sweet vermouth. And I have two dry. I've got two over there. I've got two dry vermouth, full dry vermouth. You can tell how much I use it. I had one from Belgium, which I brought back, and one I already had here. I'm like, shit. So I had to rush back.
That wasn't the thing you needed.
No, it wasn't. I had to rush back from. I said, excuse me, I'm missing one item. And normally when people say that, they mean flour, eggs, butter, milk, or something like that. Right, I've got the sweet vermouth. So yeah, it's been a wonderful time. Been very Christmassy.
We've had a few haps drop in, but first, Conrad Wizard said, Jess will ram into the back of Reese.
Oh, snap!
And yes, then I will do it with my truck. Little cute girl says, hap, gonna stream Worms in the new year. Yes, we are.
Oh.
I think we've got a fair few kind of like community
collab games
planned. That's going to be pretty.
I agree.
Pretty sweet. Hap, Dafali says, starting my new business.
Oh.
Bosh.
Well, tell us more about that.
Yes, tell us more. We'll plug it. Happy to do that. I mean, I know.
As long as you're not selling shirts.
It's easier to read it out than to use my memory. I thought that finishing my Christmas shopping would be hap, says Original Sarcasmo Man. But I realised that I forgot my brother.
Now, is that implied? Because we still don't know the identity of Original Sarcasmo Man.
No, I thought you would have sussed this by now. Have you not?
What, do you know?
No, I don't know.
Oh, right, okay. You said that in a manner of somebody that knows more than I do.
I left that job entirely delegated to you.
Yes, I realised that.
Did not tell you that I had delegated it to you.
No, indeed. Well, when it says he mentions brother there, right? But I don't think this is my brother. I don't think my brother would come up with a name like that. We'll go back to that. We'll see the chat coming through. Rooster Beast, my new mic and mount came in today. That's always nice. I love new tech.
Yes.
Bloody love tech.
Always fun.
And look at Tamzanaki. A clue! A clue! Look up here! Anyway, selling vintage guitars.
Yes.
Fucking awesome job.
Duff's Guitar Shack.
Look at this. Have you seen Santa Claus Conquers the Martians yet?
No, I haven't. But my damn child got in the way of me watching it today. That was my plan for my plan for this afternoon. But she was being too damn adorable, and I had to be entertained by her instead. But she's in nursery tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the day.
I could come round, couldn't I? Really?
Yeah.
I realise I'm not doing anything. Hey, that's the hap that I wanted to do last week. I can now do this week. Is I'm on holiday, and I have been since Monday, and the end of Monday. So I'm on holiday, motherfuckers. Everything's happy. I was looking because I thought we've got a list coming up of our top 5 each Christmas movies that you should watch. And I thought it might be interesting. I thought what they'll ask for, Jeremy, is for what our worst Christmas movies were, and I had not considered that. So I thought I'd jump the gun a little bit and look up the worst Christmas movies, and I hadn't seen any of them on there, although some of them rang a bell. And one of them was Santa Claus Conquers the Martians as one of the worst Christmas films, according to, I love Esquire.
I love bad movies, though. So.
It is so bad. It's good. Only Christmas. Santa, I don't even know what's the plot to that? Do they arrive on Earth? Do they come down like V style and arrive and like they conquer the rest of the race? They conquer the human race, and the only person that's around to kick off
just
is
like
Santa.
death, destruction. It's like the kid just crawls out of the rubble, gets a piece of paper out. Dear Santa,
all I want for Christmas
is for you to kill the fuck out of these Martians.
And he gets this, and he's like, Margaret, get my fucking sleigh.
Get the bazooka.
Like that bit at the beginning, or that bit partway through. Yeah,
it's time to slay.
Yeah,
if that's not a line in there, I'm turning it off.
Yeah, like just booting that into the sea.
Yeah,
honestly, the only situation I can think of. It's from 1963. That gives you a clue how awesome it will be. Doesn't Kennedy get shot?
There better be strings.
Then
I must see strings.
The Martians kill Kennedy and take over the human race, and there's only one man that can fuck them up.
I have been killed by Martians.
You people are so fickle. Right. Yes. So lots of haps going on.
So my other hap.
Yes.
Much the same as the anonymous one, original Sarcasmo Man.
Oh yeah.
Is that I am pretty much ready for Christmas and have pretty much finished my. I have finished my Christmas shopping. All that is left to do is to send a gigantic parcel to my parents and brother who are not coming this year.
Yes.
Obvious COVID reasons. Can't speak. So once that's gone, I am pretty sorted.
Do you know, I haven't bought quite a few presents. There's still loads left.
Let's not say everything has arrived.
No.
But I've done all the buying, and
Okay.
I'm just leaving it to the postage gods. And that probably constitutes the earliest I have ever finished Christmas shopping.
I reckon I'm going to finish mine in the next couple of days. So that's pretty good. It's all happening. That's why I'm relaxing with a...
No, pandemics are good for something. They force you to get your ass in gear.
Yeah.
Christmas shopping, I guess.
Mm.
It'd better be Roddy Piper.
Now.
Nose wrestling.
It's not my brother. I know it's not my brother. I don't think it's... Do you know, we had a feeling that it might be Tim Powell.
Mm.
But I don't think Tim Powell knows that much about wrestling.
I don't think he knows
but mind
wrestling.
you,
either.
Roddy Piper is fairly standard.
He's kind of a household-ish name, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's household adjacent. He's the shed.
He is
He's
the
garage.
Shed. Oh, fuck.
He's a garage name. Christmas has been sorted since October. Well, large and fucking dark. Captain
You bought
Sorrow.
one thing.
Can't wait for it to be over with so I can jump into 2021 and have nothing change.
Woo!
Yeah, I think Kamen Rider Wizard said earlier, so I can't wait for 2359 to pass so that COVID is over like everyone says it's going to be.
Yeah. He's no Haku.
For sure.
Captain Saurus here. It's all good. We're all happening. So, I mean, there's a lot of good things. Hey, there's another hap thing. Do you want me to show you the hap thing I got you?
Yes, I really do. While you're over there, if some mulled wine was to fall,
I'll do the mulled wine first. Hold on. My leg normally... Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let me just get you... Do you want a bit of orange bit in it?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. I thought you would.
Captain Brilliant says, I went out today and filled a skip full of shite.
His own feces.
Christmas done. Nice. Very nice indeed. Just something else that I wanted to catch up on. What was it? Missed it now. Oh, Rooster Beast asked Duff Valley if he ships to the States, and he replied, not yet.
Okay, here is your... I'm going to bring this across.
This is going to be amazing.
As I tip it over your lap, because my leg is still dead.
As you may or may not know, I don't tend to
that?
drink here for Don't Get Me Started. I don't need a saucer, I'll be okay. Thank you very much.
You sure? It might be a bit hot.
Don't know if you can see the steam on the camera.
Right, do you want the other thing? Okay. Yeah,
let me just...
do that. Mulled wine!
Yes, you can see it just there, just about.
Look at that, it's almost Christmassy. Look at his Christmassy jumper.
No, that doesn't help.
And a mulled wine.
Holidays are coming.
Right, now would you like...
Oh, it's my wine.
Would you, I'm talking, but I'm off camera. Would you like the thing I've got for you?
Yes, I will put the wine down. I have a gift.
I was in the supermarket and I bought for you, or for us, some wonderful...
Mostly for me because you don't eat... Oh no, it's not just mince pies. So
I know,
there you go.
but they're not big pies, Jeremy. What are they?
They're tiny pies.
They're tiny pies! I'm going to fill up you can have a look at that while I'm filling up my own...
The 12 pies of Christmas, which is actually 3 sets of 4, so it's not really 12. It's tenuous. A selection of mini pies, Mr. Trick there, Sainsbury's. 4 mince pies with brandy infused mince peat. Mince peat? Why can't I speak today? What is going on? I haven't even drunk anything yet. 4 frangipan mince pies.
Doesn't that sound good?
It would if I knew what frangipan was.
You're going to find out.
And 4 maple and pecan mince pies. Holy shit. Sounds fucking amazing.
They do look good, don't they? Do you want one? I mean, I didn't give them to you just to look at.
I want one of those maple and pecan ones. Now, how do I know?
Because the crowd went ho. Let me get you a little.
How do I know which one is the maple pecan one?
Well, the frangipan one,
It's going to be this thing?
Yes, correct.
Right.
So I think that's the maple and pecan. I'll give you a plate.
Okay.
I think those are the standard mince pies.
Yeah.
They look like the other ones. So there you go. We're having a wonderful time here on
Tiny pies.
the Christmas. Where's the? Oh, you got the box. I have the box.
Hey Rooster, how's the Tiny Pie song coming along?
12 pies at Christmas. Don't they look nice? Taste the difference. I should have brought you some bog standard pies so you could taste the difference between them.
I know the difference.
Hey, don't tell me about this. I know fucking pies.
I've had 6 fucking mince pies already today. It's all good. Let's live taste testing.
Don't get me tarted.
That's so good. I feel like I'm Nova Charter right now.
Oh, what? Like, because
I'm
going to give you. I've made you some food, but in this case, I've just provided you with the food.
Will it get a thumbs up? That's the question.
Knows? Is that what he does? He gives a thumbs up, thumbs down to... Man, wouldn't want to be in that house if he gives a thumbs down. Yeah, this is shit, love. So is that the pecan nut one?
I'm just going through the pastry first.
Oh, okay. Sorry to ask. Sorry, no. Let me just straighten myself out a little bit. So anyway, I just thought, while I was getting mulled wine and other bits and all the alcohol, I thought, you know what might be nice? Some tiny pies. So I searched long and hard for some tiny pies, and there were a lot of standard-sized pies. Until I thought, there must be a little tiny pie selection. And it was like, mini pies? I'm like, fucking perfect. I hope they're good pies, otherwise it'll be a case of don't get me sharted tomorrow.
That was a good pie. Pretty sure it's just a regular mince pie.
Okay, maybe in which case...
Take 2.
Take 2. Yeah, maybe this one is the... Okay, well, I did... Because the other mince pies look like the ones you're picking out now, so I've had kind of sort of presumed on that. Mind you, they're only tiny, so that's okay. Struggling to stay awake again, boys. Why can't I stay awake past 10 p.m. anymore? Christ. It's not his fault.
Yeah. I mean, change your schedule, dude.
I mean...
Come to the daytime.
Hap. Finally bought my chest freezer. My life is so hugely exciting. Duncan, congratulations. Where have you put it? Where does it fit? Has it struggled? Has it got through the door? That's a good question. You do have to have a habit of buying things that then don't go through the fucking door. You're old. Oh my god, Nova. It's just fucking brutal. Going straight for the jugular there.
Yes, this is a maple pecan.
Is it? Nailed it? Yeah, how is it?
That's good, man.
Yeah. Are they all mince pies? I mean... Frangipan, I might have one in a minute. I'm not against them.
Remember when Nova first started joining us on stream?
Yeah.
And he would be, so polite and meek and friendly. He'd be like,
how am I going to sit?
Like, oh no, don't say that about yourself. Everything's fine. And now he's just like, fuck you, you're old.
Fuck you. Don't get me started. Has changed Nova.
It has. It's corrupted him.
Yeah, I'm glad we've corrupted you, Nova. Soon he'll be swearing. Do you know, I love it. It's such a pure thing because I wouldn't think twice about swearing unless I'm with my parents. But it's so nice talking about cocktails and BS. And I'm like, do you know what? I love that. Don't go changing. Don't go changing.
Nope, no swearing.
Don't go changing. So let's talk about naps.
Okay.
Let's talk about naps, guys. Sling your naps in the chat. We will nap the shit out of them. But it can't be. I mean, this must be helping your chilled out nature.
It is. I'm
some tiny
totally
pies.
blissed right now, and I'm going to be even more blissed when I get into that mulled wine in a second.
Yeah,
Just need to get my throat back.
That's cool. Nap broke because of Christmas. Yeah, Christmas costs money.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't change much from my natural state of broke, but yes, Christmas does not help matters.
No, that's true. Work is nap. Thankfully, I don't have any at the moment because I'm on holiday and I will be until the 4th of January. But sorry to hear it from you.
So, at risk of getting started, as it were, and
please
do.
Do.
Can I just say what is nap? Is all the bullshit with COVID still happening? And I don't mean the actual disease and pandemic. It's the relentless insistence of it still being part of the news cycle, and it's just we've got to pick on every single thing we can find to just keep COVID on every single news channel about every single thing dominating our lives. Like, okay, it's a thing. Tell us what lockdown we're in. Just give us the rules, and then fuck off and talk about something else.
I can't keep up anymore. At the start of this whole thing, I was quite on it, but now I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Except that I'm just largely stay indoors most of the time and drink, which was really my MO anyway. So, but you're right. It is a relentless thing. We've been two different things. And everything's fine. Go out and do shit, but don't.
Yeah, go out as long as you're spending money and helping the economy. But the main thing that I have a problem with at the moment is
fuck lockdown store. That store's not doing very well.
Everybody insisting on talking about this vaccine.
Oh yeah, shut the fuck up about the vaccine.
Everyone's got a fucking opinion about the vaccine. It's like, well, I'm not taking it. I'm not being the guinea pig. I'll come back in a year. Like, fuck off. Like, I'm gonna be there day one to take it because I want this to be over. You can fuck off too. Everyone just fuck off. Just have it. Don't have it. You choose. And shut the fuck up.
I was talking with Duncan the other day, and he'll probably remind me. By the way, Original Sarcasmo Man wrote a lovely thing. Take a deep breath and look to the skies. Put your hands together and close your eyes. When you open them, you might get a surprise. A huge plate of tiny pies. Or a box of tiny pies just shoved in your lap.
So they're clever and witty. That's another clue.
That's not Tim then. Sorry, I don't mean that. If it is Tim, I'm only fucking about. I only did it just
to pop me. Helps my chill.
Yeah. No,
these are your light-coloured sofas, by the way.
Yeah, I know what a stupid
I wouldn't pop me while I'm holding a very full glass of mulled wine that's too hot for me to drink.
What I find about Original Sarcasm Man hasn't said anything. Maybe it is Tim, and I pissed him off. I was only joking. It was a joke. That's what I do. Anyway.
That's the thing about jokes. You tell them and then people laugh.
Or not.
Or not.
You laughed.
I did.
And you were like, one of the audience at the very least.
If someone wants to write the lyrics to Tiny Pies, that would make me.
I laughed. Okay. Thank God. God.
I think
Tim's okay. This is Tim now, by the way.
That's what I posited.
You did, and I think you're right.
Rooster, I think you need to hit up Tamsinaki because if anything screams, I can do this with my eyes closed, I think it's Tamsinaki writing lyrics or at least helping you with lyrics.
No, he's not. He means it. Sorry.
Pretty think that's in your wheelhouse. Go for it. Please call me Soothsayer.
Soothsayer.
These are definitely clues for you. I'm just saying. So.
Okay.
You can hum and ha.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I will hum and ha.
He didn't actually answer the question of last week of Original Sarcasmo Man, do I know you?
I don't think we did. A clue. Look up here.
Right, do I know you?
I think
because that will narrow it down.
Didn't he say that he knows me very well?
He knows you very well. He didn't answer the question whether. No, there you go.
Oh,
that narrows it down. So it is not Tim.
Oh, I don't know him. Is that what you just started? Did you say?
No, I asked if Original Sarcasmo Man knows me.
Oh, knows you. Oh, okay.
And
it's not Tim then.
So it is not Tim.
That joke's fine then. I missed all that stuff. It's so funny.
There you go. I thought that was the case, so I can stop guessing now.
I've lost track of exactly what we were talking about.
Steve.
Okay. What a great game this is. This is actually still fun.
Original Sarcasmo Man. Do I know you? Asked Kamen Rider Wizard.
When tiny pies are smiling. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, I'll tell you something else. I think I was talking to Duncan the other day, and it's interesting what people have put in their bodies, but not the vaccine. They're like, the vaccine, which is going to help you and cure you, made by scientists who have worked and developed to make it safe so you can leave. Everyone's like, fucking lockdown. Can't believe it. Did you not realise that this will keep being a thing all the time you go out and mix with everybody and perpetuate COVID? COVID will never truly go away because we will never. Every
it's
time
like the flu or the common cold.
Every time it brings it down, everyone will get pissed off and want to go out and go, we want to go out. So we get let out again. It all goes back up again. It's never going to go away until we have a medical way of getting rid of it. So the brains are like, the only way to get rid of this is to have a vaccine. Then they release a vaccine. Everyone's like, I'm not taking that shit. I'm like, well, what do you fucking want? Also, they're like, I'm not
taking that shit.
That's it. Right. It's like when vapes came along and everyone's vaping.
Nobody fucking questioned
No one
vapes.
fucking said a word. No one said, what am I putting in my body? What's this? What's this fucking lightsaber handle shit I'm sticking in my mouth and breathing out this toxic shit? No one said a word, so go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. Fast forward to polyps and things actually growing in your lungs within days, and like, yeah, but at least I'm not smoking anymore.
Nobody questioned it. Why is everyone else like fucking Agatha Christie right now? Well, hang on a minute. Now, how did this work? I'm like, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Like, this is the first time they've been discerning about anything in your fucking life.
Oh my god.
But I'm chill.
I ain't sticking anything in my mouth unless it's a tiny pie. Why is everyone doing to the tune of I Want It that way? These are my fire, my one desire. Believe when I say small pies are truly great. That's not bad. Tiny pies ain't nothing but some pastry. By the way, you were right on the harmony there, by the way. Just said. Everyone's loving it. This tiny pie thing is getting
Tiny Pies is the new fuck shed store.
Tiny pies. Oh, by the way, talking about people that look like Karen. I was watching an episode of Voyager, and it's the episode I was talking about to you. And I'm not going to don't get me Star Trek, but like it's an episode where Tuvok is having this kind of memory of letting a girl fall off the edge of a cliff, and he keeps flashing back.
Help me, Tuvok! Help me!
And then he doesn't. And then and that's her falling. It's very good, very very lifelike. He keeps having this memory, and eventually he mind melds a little bit with Janeway, and he goes back to his time on the Excelsior, the bridge of the Excelsior, who's captained by Sulu. And in the background, like the comms officer is just this blonde, bobbed Karen who's just like, I'm like, what the fuck happened? The one thing we learn from the Next Generation is there's no ugly women in Starfleet. And suddenly someone's mum is manning the con. I'm like, manning the comms. I'm just like, who is this woman? She's like, well, Tuvok, what's going on with you today? And I'm like, who let Karen on the fucking bridge? Who let Karen on the fucking bridge?
She's the same one that right at the beginning when they first arrive and she comes into their like the
rep room or
briefing room and is like okay, whatever shift. Who's ready to save the universe from like ruthless invaders or some shit? And I'm like, that's a weird. Like, I know this was a throwback to like 70s Star Trek, but it's like
who the fuck is that? Who let my mum on it?
Like that now? Ever?
Can you imagine if my mum was on the Enterprise? It's just like, I rescued a bumblebee today. And it's like, that's not how the warp core's about to explode. She's like, there's more important things to do there. It just be so funny. Anyway, just thought I'd say that. I don't like the episode, but it's quite fun that some random. It's a proper Karen as well. She wants to speak to the captain at all times. Oh dear.
Your mama joking coming.
I'm not a fan of the episode, by the way. But anyway.
So while I'm chill, I was promised that you would not be chill.
Oh fuck!
When I asked you, what is this deal with British Gas?
Oh fuck me, man! Right, so I guess it's not a big deal. No, it's fucking irritating. I have a smart meter. Okay, now when I moved into this flat, the last people who were here could not be trusted to have just pay credit. They had to pay with they had a little key. We've gone over this before. Had a little key and a gas card, and you have to go to a newsagent or a shop or a supermarket, and you pay them money, and they charge up your card for your gas, and they charge up your key. You top it up. You have a top-up thing. You stick it in the thing, and you stick it in the thing.
Much like cell phones in the 2000s.
Yes, correct. So you have to go somewhere. You can't just get yourself on a credit meter, right? Now, the way to fix that, which admittedly I have not done, is you have to contact British Gas or whoever your service provider is and say, I'd like to change over from this old way, from the previous tenants. I'm the new homeowner. I'd like to switch it over to credit meters, please. And they go, yes, okay, we'll do a credit check on you, which they did when I moved in, but they said my credit wasn't good enough to do it, which was bullshit, because I just bought a house, you cunts. So obviously that was a terrible lie, and it was facilitated by the fact that the person was a fucking cretin. But aside from that fact, now is the time for me to do it again, but because I'm a chill guy, going to the shop and getting 20 quid is not a big problem, right? But it got a bit of a problem, and then they put in a smart meter. Now, a smart meter means that my meter is connected to the internet, which means I can't get my phone because it's over there filming us, but then you get your phone and you go onto the app for British Gas and you go, how much do I want? And put in 20 quid gas, 20 quid electric, hit the button, thumb it, and it instantly pays into my smart meter sitting over there and the actual meter downstairs in the kind of like lobby area. The future is I no longer have to slog up to the supermarket to get this stuff. I can just do it anywhere in the world. Because I could at one point, I could be in Belgium topping up.
I remember you going, I'm going to like check on my appliances remotely and then top up my
it's amazing
if necessary. I'm like, man, that's high tech.
What a time to be alive. So yesterday, my thing was beeping at me. It's like, beep, please put more gas and electricity in me. And I'm like, well, I will, smart meter, and I'll do it in my own sweet time. And with about 5 hours to go before I had to be streaming yesterday, I tried to put it in. It went, you can't top up anymore today. And I was like, I haven't actually topped up at all yet. And they're like, you can't top up anymore today. Please use an alternative means. And I'm like, fuck me. So the app doesn't work. So with not very long to go, I went on the website. So I went on the website and it was like, please make this fucking work. Went on the website and it was like, sorry, we've got a technical problem with the only thing you need. Like, they have a technical problem which allows you to top up everyone's smart meters for everybody for British Gas. So it means nobody can top up at all. So now my thing's got down to £1, which is not a lot.
No.
And I'm kind of like, I've got to stream. My electricity's going to run out. So I thought, what am I going to... And it says, you can ring this number. I'm like, a number I can ring. It says, but a lot of people are calling it. I'm like, of course a lot of people are calling it. Because all the hundreds of thousands of households... TV's
going to turn off in a minute. What is this fucking bullshit?
Nothing can work. So I can't call them, can I? So I had to kind of find my cards and I had to go up to the shop. So I had to slog all the way up to the shop again.
Sorry, Tamsinaki is just fucking nailing it again.
I said, don't get me smarted. Oh, God. We should get her to write for us.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I went up there, gave them the cards, went, I don't know if this is how it works. And they were looking at me like, why aren't you just using your app? And I'm like, I can't use my app, it doesn't work. And so I said, look, just top it up. They swiped the thing, it wouldn't top up. I had to stand there for 10 minutes while they made it work. And eventually it worked. And when I came back here...
See, you fuck!
I went back here and I looked on it and my gas had updated, which is good because I need gas. But the one thing I really need is electricity, otherwise my computer will die in the middle of the stream.
Stream juice.
I need stream juice and look in it and it hasn't updated the electricity. So now I have to go back again to go and get this. But in the end, right, the other thing is that they give you a little receipt and you can take the receipt downstairs to the little box, and you can type in your code. And it's a 15-digit code. And this 15-digit code, there isn't a number pad. There are 2 buttons. There's an A and a B. So you have to use A to cycle through all the numbers 0 to 9, and B to say yes. So don't you love this? It's fucking such bullshit, isn't it? So I'm just like, so my number's like 733. So I'm like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. B. 0, 1, 2, 3. B. O. B. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I had to do that with half an hour before I had to stream. And the other thing is, if you mess a number up, which I did, because it doesn't calibrate exactly with your pushes, it just jumps on a little bit. If you fuck it up, there's no way of going back. You have to get all the way to the end.
I would be dead right now because I would have put my fucking foot through it.
Isn't this just the worst piece of shit? And eventually I put it through, and there's also no button to say,
I'm done.
I'm done. It just keeps relentlessly going through the code. And I was like hammering B, and it eventually went, credit accepted. And I was like, ah! And I went upstairs and it was like, beep, you've paid £20. And I'm like, thank fuck. I mean, there before the crazy... So that is why British Gas has made the list. Fuck British Gas. Honestly.
I mean, I think the main issue you are having here is you are still with British Gas.
Yeah.
Why are you still with British Gas?
Well, that comes back down to laziness, Jeremy, really, more than anything else. But
so you kind of had it coming then, really?
He had it. He did on purpose. I almost went for a bit of Chicago there, but I did have it coming. I mean, all the time it was working, and it has been working fine. I felt I was pretty happy. But yes, I should now get them to change it to credit meter, and once they've done it, I'll fuck off to bulb. Whew. Did I miss the beginning? But why do you have a meter? Well, because the previous tenants had a meter, and I was unable to transfer mine because they fucked it up. And ever since trying to do it once, I haven't gone back to it because it wasn't that much of a big deal. Made even less of a big deal once the smart meter came in, because I literally just had to pick up my phone and just bleep it.
Net result, when they denied him the changing of the meter to normal...
To credit meters.
Thing, and they said no, he should have just gone, okay then, see you later, I'll go to someone else who will let me do that.
Here's the other thing. When I did that, they said, when I went to Bulb, which is who we were just mentioning, right? I rang them up and said, fuck them now, I'm going to go with someone else. So I picked Bulb, I also picked Octopus Energy.
Bulb are good.
So I picked them and I rang them up and they said...
is Duncan.
Yes, and we discussed this before, but the problem with that is that if I want to go... Good point, Tim. If I went to try and go with Bulb or Octopus Energy, I went to try both, I think it was Bulb, and I rang them up and they said, we can come out and change your debit meters, as it were, for credit meters, but it'll cost you £250 to do it. You'd be better off getting with your current supplier and then coming back to us. And of course, I'd already had this problem with them, so the whole thing was just like, oh, fuck this shit.
But now you can.
But now I can.
Because you've got the smart meter.
Yes, that's true. But it has been a significant fucking ball ache, and I'm not a happy bunny. And last night, when I was trying to stream, and of course, the stream, all the sound went out in the stream, nothing was working, the audio wasn't working, the electricity wasn't working. I'm like, oh, thank God I got alcohol, because I would be in fucking bits. So cheers, everybody. Lovely mild wine. Did you enjoy that story? It's pretty fucking annoying, isn't it?
I would have been more livid than you are, so...
I was... By the way, when I bleeped it too far past, I just went, fuck! Like this.
I was waiting for that part of the story where you're like, blip, blip, blip,
fuck! Fuck! And this is downstairs, there's like 2 flats next to it. I'm like, ah! This is such bullshit! Ripping the gas out of the wall.
Fucking
gas pissing out.
Fucking weirdo.
Oh my God. Thanks very much for joining us here on Don't Get Me Started. This is largely what we do.
And that was This Is Happening.
It was This Is Happening. Now,
that was 45 minutes of This Is
That's
Happening.
That's kind of about the right amount.
That's about how we do it, yeah.
Yeah. This is how we do it.
I'm not sure if Captain Sora is still awake.
This is how we do it.
He is still awake. If we don't hear from him at about 10:20, that's the green light for he's fallen asleep, and we can carry on. And
yeah, I'd like a green light from him. Otherwise, we can just keep going. I mean, how long did we go last week? Till 11?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you want some crisps, by the way? Because I have some crisps.
I'm okay, actually.
Okay.
Thank you for the offer.
I bought some more of those crisps that we hate that give me the code.
Give you a code to not win a PS5.
Oh yeah,
I can't fucking find the code.
I couldn't get the code to work, but I bought a second one, and I also didn't win a PS5. So currently, Doritos 2, Alex 0.
And he's a masochist, so
yeah. So I've gone back to the well.
Buying them.
Well, I'm about to eat, but you may have the green light tonight, my dudes. Oh, is it because you're not feeling
tired?
Yeah.
Little cute goes lurking to walk the pupper.
Yeah. That lesser known Bangles song. Let's walk like a. Let's not walk like a.
Walk
papa.
like a
papa.
Yeah. Anyone for tenuous?
What defies a Christmas film? I'll tell you what defies it. What defines a Christmas film? Film about Christmas, set at Christmas, or released at Christmas. Is Daddy's Home 2 a Christmas film? I don't even know what that film is. It was that released at Christmas, Carmen Rider?
But that's a
lovely segue.
It's a lovely segue. It's like you planned it, and we discussed this, but we didn't.
We did not. We don't even have a sting for it.
So I think next we'll move towards that segment that we are going to discuss our top 5 Christmas movies each, not together, each.
Yeah, so 10 in total.
But that's a good question. What defines a Christmas film?
Well, yeah.
Not fucking Die Hard. Let me just get that out.
There was quite a lot. Die Hard, is that a Christmas movie? Specialists say what? No. I feel we hit this on the head when I was talking to Duncan the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel if the film can be set at any other time of the year, it probably isn't a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And what I will say also is what Duncan said. I can't take credit for this one. It's nicely put. It's like, if you have to debate and discuss if it's a Christmas movie, it's probably isn't.
Yeah.
If you have to, if you have to have that discussion, it ain't.
The thing about Die Hard and the Christmas movie debate, I think even the people who claim that Die Hard is a Christmas movie don't actually believe that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. They just want to sound edgy and masculine in the fact that, like, yeah, my favourite Christmas movie is Die Hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at my gigantic
Like,
penis.
weren't they all pleased when, I mean, we were all pleased when Killing in the Name Of went to Christmas #1.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone just went, yeah, it's fucking amazing. But in our heart of hearts, we knew it wasn't really.
I'm not putting Killing in the Name Of into my Christmas playlist.
But I played it every
even
year.
Though it's Christmas #1.
When I DJ'd Christmas every year at Chambers, I always played it, and it was fucking amazing. So,
yeah.
on
Die Hard was released in February. There you go. Thanks for that, Duncan. More ammo.
There you go. So, I mean, that all said, what I will say is this was more gun to my head if I had to choose. But frankly, if you like a film at Christmas, like I watched Pitch Perfect the other day, that may well become a Christmas staple for me. Every year, on the 14th of December, I will watch Pitch Perfect. I mean, I probably won't. But if you like something and it's Christmassy enough for you...
Yeah, at the end of the day, watch Die Hard any time of year you want.
Do what you want. Do you. I mean, I know that
You're never going to get me telling you it's a Christmas movie. And don't tell me it's a Christmas
What's
movie.
interesting is that, like, Home Alone
Christmas movie
is a good example. Like, isn't an action film, but there's a bit where there's a bit of action in it. Like, so you could say it's an action film. The thing is, I don't understand this desire to make genres where there aren't... Make genre fetch happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Because if it is a Christmas film, and it's not, then you ostensibly can't watch it any other time of the year.
Yeah.
Like, if you rock up in June and you're like, oh, I really want to watch Die Hard. Oh, well, can't watch it. It's a Christmas movie.
Another 6 months. Is Harry Potter a Christmas film? It has Christmas in it. Now, a lot of people would say that Harry Potter is a Christmas film. No. I don't think it is.
It's not.
But, because, I mean...
It came out closer, like,
it came out Christmas,
yeah. You know? I think it was a Boxing Day movie, now I think about it closer.
Oh, God, vaccines, Christmas movies, whatever you choose, but keep it to yourself. Unfortunately, Captain Brilliant, we're largely, intentionally not keeping it to ourselves, as is the nature of the podcast. But you are right. Ultimately, whatever you want. Yeah. Whatever you want. And you'll find on my list, it's whatever I fucking want as well. Yeah.
As long as we're not disputing that Die Hard is a good movie, then I think we're all good.
Oh, no, I think we all love Die Hard.
It's definitely a good
What
movie.
A film, though.
But
I mean, it's a great film.
I've got to say, and perhaps controversially, even if I believed it was a Christmas movie, it wouldn't make my top 5.
And I'm going to say now, it hasn't made my top 5.
No.
And I haven't given 2 shits about whether something, what constitutes it or not. So
I kind of have.
Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. Part of the plot revolves around it being Christmas. Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
It's fair. I mean,
years.
I don't think it is, but it is very Christmassy. But Tim Burton just wanted to Edward Scissorhands the shit out of that fucking stuff and put a load of Christmassy backdrop and snow in it.
Tim Burton wants to Christmas up everything.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that was his affectation rather than anything plot-wise, because I do believe that you could probably take that out or at least alter it to that degree. I mean, I remember Batman Returns, and it's largely just the fucking penguin living in an ice world and Catwoman and shit. I don't know that. Is Star Trek Generations a Christmas movie? There's a scene in Generations where Picard is in the Nexus.
Yes, and it is at Christmas.
And it's at Christmas.
Yeah.
Which I presume is what you're referring to.
But no, it's not.
Oh, look at this. I watched Batman Returns at your house.
You don't even
he doesn't mean
Star Trek Generations, Nova. So
Batman Returns at your house. Did you? I don't remember watching Batman. I remember watching Batman Returns in a silver screen cinema in Folkestone. Did I watch it again? Man. Original Sarcasm Man is a lot of fun to have around. At any rate, whatever you choose to watch, I mean, I was just watching the princess. What's that? A clue! Look up here. There's it's so funny. I'm having so much fun. This so stupid thing that Tamsinaki says that every time, and I say that every time. Good eve. A fuckshed store to you, Research. I'm very pleased you're here. You've just joined us in time for everyone to drop their favourite.
Yeah, you've just
Christmas
missed
film.
the part that you would be like livid at, actually, is when we said Die Hard is not on our lists of top 5 Christmas movies because it is not a Christmas movie.
It comes like, is John Wick a Christmas film?
It's Deadpool. Yeah, I mean, you're just listing films that are definitely not Christmas films.
But they are amazing. You
To
just
make
picked
a
3
point,
great films there. I watched a film today, a California Christmas, and it's the least Christmas movie I've ever seen. I watched the Princess Switch, where Vanessa Hudgens gets it on with herself, and it was fucking
It didn't
amazing.
really seem all that Christmassy in the bit that I watched.
You should have seen the earlier bit, which is proper Christmassy,
Really?
because it's all like they go and visit Santa and shit, and
They
it's snowy.
shoehorned in some Christmas stuff to make it a Christmas movie rather than it actually being.
Well, it takes
plot
place in like
derived around Christmas.
effectively Lapland.
Is
but-
that competition they're in even a festive competition?
Not really.
Right, fuck this then.
Yeah, I think it is a Christmas film though, because it's all about like love and family and what's happening at Christmas and stuff like that. But shall we get on to our top 5 Christmas? Do you want to do your number 5, or do you want me to do my number 5?
Well, before we do,
Yes.
being as we discussed it earlier, we should give our honourable mention to the film that we discussed as being our number 6. Didn't quite break the top
Oh yeah, was it
5.
the same one, wasn't it?
It was the same one when we were discussing it.
My message got deleted.
Ha! Fuck you, bot. Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck that bot, they're out. Hudgens on the list for tomorrow. Yeah, check it out. I enjoyed it, but I like a lot of shit. Is Ice Age a Christmas film? It's set in winter. Permanent winter.
Good job, Research. Doing God's work.
Yes, so the one we both were talking about that almost made the list but hasn't is Scrooged. Scrooged was our number 6.
Yes. Jointly, interestingly. I don't think we'll converge at any other points in this top 5. So
No, we
that's
won't.
why I wanted to mention this one as a place that we converge. And it is a good movie.
It is amazing.
It is very
Bill
good.
Murray just killing it like he always does, you know?
And my wife revealed the other day that she has not seen it. And I'm like,
Reese
sure.
hasn't seen it.
pretty sure you were sat next to me when I watched it for the first time a couple of years ago.
Maybe original Sarcasmo Man was there as well.
Maybe he was. Yeah.
Maybe he was.
Maybe that's why I'm misremembering it was him sat next to me.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah.
But Scrooged is great. I mean, A Christmas Carol as a concept, as a story, is a tale as old as time, as it were, but not that tale as old as time. And I'm glad, I was really pleased. Scrooged is such a great reworking of that. And there's a lot to like in that film.
And I really like all of the kind of TV network references. I'm interested in all that kind of stuff anyway. So
and he's a
all that.
real prick in it. He gets to
Yes.
play a real dickhead in it. And
Yeah.
I feel in some ways he obviously comes about on that like Scrooge is expected to. But I remember, although I haven't seen it for a while, that the payoff at the end, like the end, doesn't seem to kind of like. I like it to be a good bookend of an end. It just seems to kind of like I'm really happy, and it kind of melts away into the rest of the film. So
it kind of fades to black.
that's probably what does it for me. That doesn't quite make it up there. But what a film Scrooged is!
It is.
It's
a good
on
film.
Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime
Yeah,
in the
watch
UK.
it.
I'm
You
not
haven't
sure if
seen
that's
it.
worldwide, but it was added to Prime UK last week.
It is definitely worth it.
I'll be watching it next week.
It's in that league of things like Gremlins, those 80s movies that are just kind of like a lot to like.
I've not seen Gremlins.
I haven't properly watched Gremlins either. It's not when I was a kid and it came out, it just like freaked me out a little bit. I didn't want to watch it.
Maybe we should. It's supposedly a Christmas movie.
Nova has it on DVD, presumably Scrooged on DVD. That's a really strange thing to have on DVD, I think. I mean, maybe it's not super strange, but like when I think of my DVD,
Unless you collect movies.
yeah, maybe in which case you probably do.
Like I don't have any of my top 5 on DVD or any other kind of physical media.
I was trying to find one of them the other day, but I think I have 3 of them.
Duncan tried to post a link.
Oh, sorry, Duncan.
Mod ! Duncan the singer. There's space in between.
I love physical media.
I too love physical media.
You're just like Tim. Tim has loads of fucking CDs.
But I also
I'm getting
very happy to digitally own things as long as I own them, not having to stream them. I didn't. I just had a full stop in there by mistake. Okay. He doesn't actually want to post a link. He's just
Oh, I see.
Edward Hamfist Hands.
Right, Sorry, I'm just getting myself a bit more of this.
Reese has done it now, Duncan. So if you
If you want to post a link.
yeah, you still can't because that's the wrong word. Maybe it's allow. Maybe it's exclamation allow Duncan the Singer. But he doesn't want to post a link, so don't worry about it.
5. What you waiting for?
Do you want me to go first?
Go for it.
Okay, so my number 5
I'm getting my book ready.
is a movie I think that Nova will appreciate. And it's A Christmas Carol starring Patrick Stewart.
Oh my god, what a choice! Oh mate, that's such a good choice. I'm so pleased you'd pick that.
Of all of and obviously there are so many of them.
There really are.
But of all of them, the one that I enjoyed the most, and the one where I'm like, yeah, that's the Scrooge in the book. That's Scrooge. Patrick Stewart nails it. Because at the time, there was, when it came out, there were a lot of rumours going around that Patrick Stewart was, he himself, an utter bellend.
Right.
And that he was just brash and ignorant and was refusing to do conventions, and if you tried to speak to him in public, he would essentially eloquently tell you to fuck off,
stunner you,
and just was not a nice person to be around in public. I think that he either mellowed or that was lies or something.
Because sound like a lie.
Because I don't think that's the case now, having seen a lot of
can I just say
appearances with him. But
I dreamt I met him and he was lovely. So
there you go. Then that's evidence in this.
Proof be if proof be needs be.
That's Karen evidence for sure.
Mm-hmm. But sorry.
Yeah, so I really enjoy that film more so than any of the other Christmas carols, I think.
I found this list hard to put together, so much so as I resorted to stuff which you'll see when I get there. But the film that when I thought, come on Alex, come on, think of a Christmas film you really loved, and it was A Christmas Carol with Patrick Stewart. And I remember one night, it was when myself and Duncan were living together in one of the many places we lived up Dover Road, and everyone else had gone to Chambers to have some fun and drink and shit because it's Christmas. And I was like, I'll be down in a bit. And I flicked on the TV and it was Patrick Stewart doing A Christmas Carol.
There was a period of about 4 or 5 years where it was on Channel 4 every Christmas.
Really?
And I miss those times because I don't own this movie and it's not on any of the streaming services. And I'm like...
I was like, where are you? Coming down Chambers? I'm like, I'll be there in an hour. And there's this Patrick Stewart just going, you there, boy! What day is it?
Man,
it's Christmas Day.
You dragged that end bit out for an hour?
Yeah.
Don't remember that.
You there, boy! I'm like... I had it on slow play. Yeah, great choice.
That's my number 5.
Number 5.
Not the Muppet one, asked Research. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Trading Places. And not least for the fact that, I mean, for a start, it has like the greatest pun film name of all time because it's about 2 people who trade places and it's set in Wall Street, which is a trading place. So it's a very clever pun. And I have resorted brilliantly to films that aren't quite Christmassy enough, that don't satisfy our criteria, but as I was alluding to, I don't give 2 shits about that, as you'll find with the rest of my things as well. So Trading Places, if you don't know it, is a film about 2 stockbrokers who decide to make a bet that in this nature versus nurture argument, because they have a stockbroker who's being played by Dan Aykroyd, who's being given everything he ever wanted and is an amazingly accomplished stockbroker. And they see a run-in with him and Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy is a down on his luck street kind of thief. And they're like, if we swap them in places, would the other one still be successful? So they frame Dan Aykroyd and then they bring in Eddie Murphy and talk him up and teach him everything to prove that it's a Prince and the Pauper. It's a bit like another like the Princess Switch. There's a lot of these about. It's like where they swap places and of course they prove that he can do it, etc, etc. But of course after they realise what's going on, hilarity ensues. I think Trading Places is such a perfect fucking film, and it is set at Christmas. And at one point, Dan Aykroyd is dressed as Santa Claus. So it is Christmassy. I think so. And as films go, that's my number 5 Christmas film, Trading Places. Don't know if anyone actually agrees with that.
I have not seen it. Duncan agrees with you.
Of course, Duncan.
This is not a surprise. No, I have not seen it.
I think you'd like it. It's another good 80s film. It's Eddie Murphy and fucking Dan Aykroyd in it. I mean, doesn't get more 80s than that. Did Hard is set at Christmas also.
Yeah, but it came out in February. We've done this conversation. Fuck off.
Yeah, Reese, you're too late. No, please stay.
Yeah, is it available anywhere useful?
Do you know, I never looked it up, but I would imagine it's kicking about on Netflix, I guess. What I will say also is, Reese, is just that while what you missed was me saying that whilst I think that any film you have to debate about is probably not a Christmas film, all bets are off, and your list can be your list, as you'll discover as my list continues. So that was my number 5.
Number 1, Indiana Jones. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Oh, that's reminded me of something. So yeah, Trading Places. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis in it. It's a real romp. It's a great film. Ends really well. I think it's kind of thing Captain Brilliant likes as well. Great film. Probably when I think about it, I think there's some bits in it. I think it probably doesn't stand the test of time in some regards because I seem to recall that Dan Aykroyd blacks up in it. And now that I think about that, this probably doesn't work so well with
you don't want that, do you?
a modern. But I mean, it's strange really when you think about these things that jump into your head. At any rate, I'm just checking to see who.
You know what I'm doing.
I know.
There
I love
are
it.
a lot.
So, shall we go to? So you said number 5 was A Christmas Carol with Patrick Stewart. My number 5 was Trading Places. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is A Muppets Christmas Carol.
A Muppets Christmas Carol!
And yeah, I've put Christmas Carol on here twice. Fight me, I don't care.
I see what you did now. You told me about it earlier. I didn't see that coming. Nice.
Yeah, so 2 Christmas Carols on my list. The Muppets one is better. Maybe not objectively, but, personally, in my heart of hearts. And I only saw it for the first time a couple of years ago.
It is a good
and I'm
film.
like, where have you been all my life? This is fucking amazing.
A lot of people love that film. That is such a popular pick.
Yeah, and I haven't introduced it to my daughter yet. So you bet your ass that that's going on next week. And she is going to fucking love it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Do you know, a lot of people... I had not seen it. And I'm not a huge Muppets fan anyway. And then everyone went on about how amazing it is. So I watched it and I thought it was fine. But I think that I thought it was fine because I had it hyped to buggery. So effectively, it was incommensurately viewed, if you will. Because I didn't know exactly what to expect, except that everyone told me it was fucking amazing. When I watched it, I was like, that's fine. But actually, yes, of course, it's a wonderful film. Michael Caine is so good in that, no exaggeration. Not a lot of people know that. Ghost of Christmas Present is terrifying though. I honestly don't remember the film well enough. Is that the woman? I'm thinking of Scrooged again.
Yeah, I can't remember specific ghosts from different films now. So
that's 2 Christmas carols. You must love that.
I do really love the story.
It is a good story.
It's classic.
Is that the ultimate redemption story? It's what everyone wants to see. And then the Patrick Stewart one, he's just amazing. But like you're waiting for him to turn up and just kind of like realize that he's. It is really good.
There's a modern one, as I say modern, as in it came out in the last 5 years, like Christmas Carol, that was very good as well. Not top 5 good, but I really enjoyed that. I couldn't tell you who's in it. I'm not going to provide you very much information.
It's like a Dementor. I know the one you mean now. Yes, yeah, it is really fucking freaky. I would quite like to watch A Muppets Christmas Carol again. Actually, maybe I'll come around when you're watching it.
Yeah. I think you're probably going to spend most of next week at my house watching Christmas films, and that's totally.
I'm thinking
reasonable.
Of the future. No Christmas Present is like a big ginger Father Christmas. That's true. Polar Express film was good. You know what? I've never seen that. Spoiler alert: it's not on my fucking list.
No,
it might well be, but it's not.
Yeah, like all of these films that people are checking out, I have not seen that. They're just going on my list in the back of my mind of. I'll probably watch that next week because that's my plan. If I haven't mentioned that.
Yes.
My plan is Christmas films all week.
My plan is going to be watch
drinking.
The Christmas... The Princess Switched again. Princess Switched 2. This time...
Let me just say, we watched the trailer for it and...
you weren't down with it.
I am fucking out. Fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Okay.
Not much more to say about the Muppets Christmas Carol, I don't think.
It's a very popular.
I don't think anybody's arguing.
No, everyone loves it.
I don't think anybody's arguing
now,
either choice being a Christmas film either.
By the way, my list is made up almost entirely of films that aren't Christmas films in the greatest dick move after I said that Die Hard wasn't a Christmas film. Almost all my stuff is. What I discovered when I was making this list, that there was only a couple of films, of truly Christmas films, that fit my criteria, that I really, really liked. The rest of them I didn't really give a shit that much for. So I picked a lot of films which were kind of set at Christmas that I love. And I still believe I'm
always
correct.
Be consistent.
I know.
Except for the times where you want to diverge.
Yes, like this time.
That is a wicked modification.
It's a really good mod.
I love that.
So
you need to use that more in other people's streams.
Whilst ostensibly Trading Places is more of a Christmas movie than this next one is my number 4, is set at Christmas. I mean, it's so tenuous, but it's such a wonderful film. My number 4 Christmas film is In Bruges.
I knew it was going to be.
Of course you did. It could have been number 1.
How is it not number 1?
How is it not number 1? Well, I'll tell you why. Well, when we get to the end, how is it not number 1? In Bruges was gonna be number 1, but I just couldn't. It just isn't Christmassy enough.
That much for dick.
Yeah. Yes.
You rallied against every fibre of your being.
Everything that makes me me.
As dickish as I normally am.
I can't be that bit of a. So basically, as I say, only a couple of films that I really love that are Christmassy films. So what I did was I ordered them in order of Christmassiness, as it were, which is why In Bruges does not make it to number 1, because it isn't Christmassy enough. But
it is one of your favourite.
It is probably my favourite film. Right. That and Big Lebowski. So you kind of go like, but In Bruges, if you don't know it, is about 2 hitmen that have to fuck off to Bruges because they have to lay low after a job goes wrong. Okay.
Who is it? Colin.
It's Colin Firth,
Colin
and it's
Firth,
and I'm trying to think of the other guy's name. That's definitely gone from my brain. Oh, Brendan. Oh, I can't remember.
Brendan. It's not Brendan.
I can't think of it.
Not the guy from The Mummy.
No, I always meant for that. I can't remember. Someone will remind me who it is. But anyways, Colin Firth is Brendan Gleeson. Thank you. So Brendan Gleeson and Colin Firth fuck off to Bruges, and Colin Firth is like the worst fucking tourist ever. But much like I think there's a what am I going to say? There's a Samuel Beckett film called a play called The Dumb Waiter. 2 hitmen waiting to get the word of what's going to happen now while they're laying low. It is dark, it is sardonic, it is so beautifully scripted, it is perfect. It's set at Christmas. It's got, oh God, who's the guy that's in it that comes in at the end? Can't remember, but it doesn't matter. In Bruges is such a perfect film. Ralph Fiennes, thank you very much. Ralph Fiennes comes in at the end, and he is amazing in that. That film is exquisite. It's perfectly paced and beautifully done. It's set at Christmas. Is it a Christmas film? Probably not. But it doesn't matter. It's Christmas now, watch it. And that's the best Christmas present you can have. By the way it's set is perfect. Oh, what a film that is.
I enjoyed In Bruges as well. I have not seen it for...
It is great.
At least kind of 15
but it
years
is Christmas.
since it came out. But...
And it's, the dark shit that happens in that and the stuff we learn about why they're on the run and what happened is counterpointed against Christmas, and it makes it all the fucking worse. So anyway, happy Christmas In Bruges.
And it's very sweary and...
Oh, and I love that. It's very sweary.
Irish, can I say that?
Yes. Yeah, well, it is.
That's how I feel about it.
Mm.
So,
what's your number 3?
Okay, my number 3 is Home Alone.
Hey!
And I debated, controversially, putting Home Alone 2 into this slot because I really like Home Alone 2.
Right.
And I think it is on par, really, with
a lot of people really like it.
But I don't think anybody else is out there thinking Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone.
I know one person did because they started a thing on it on Facebook the other day, and I was like, and they got a lot of traction. But anyway,
cool. But Home Alone is the classic Christmas movie.
It really is.
It's on every Christmas. It'll be there somewhere.
I bloody love Home Alone.
And I just have you seen the people that made The Toys That Made Us on Netflix have made the movies that made us?
Yes, I watched that.
And the Home Alone one is so interesting.
I bloody love that one.
That was so
absolutely love it. Because they showed you. You just read what Duncan said.
Yes.
The thing about that is they show how it wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen because the studio were going to pull it because they were going to go over budget, and where they were filming, everything about it, and how they just kind of kept making it anyway and all that shit. It's
all
really,
I will
really
say,
good.
Duncan, is stay tuned.
So you'll hate it soon. Home Alone is so perfect.
Yeah,
such a perfect film.
Yeah, it's one of the few kind of movies that even back in the day made me shed a little tear
Mm.
with the shovel guy and.
Yeah, they do that. They do that again in the second one. They kind of do another kind of. We need a schmaltzy.
Yeah, with Piers Morgan and the pigeon, the Piers Morgan pigeon woman.
The pigeon woman, the one that looks like whose name is actually something different. I can't remember what her name is, but yeah, I know who you mean.
Dolores. I don't know. I'm making it up now.
At any rate, Home Alone number 3 is a good one. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that one.
Home Alone 2 has a hat, toy store called Duncan's, and a nap, Trump.
It does have Trump in it.
It does have Trump in it.
That's so random, isn't it? I can.
All of these things. Home Alone 2 with the brick scene.
The thing I love about Home Alone that I wait for and I love is the scene where he pulls the light cord, thinking it's a light cord, and it's attached to the iron, and the iron hits him as square in the face.
There are so many nasty fucking burns.
There's nasty great bits in it, but I just feel for like
he can't see anymore
because he's got a hat.
He's got a hat right over his eyes. But
he loves it.
You're back in time for the Nova Spark Christmas. We'll workshop it.
So nothing hits him as squarely as that fucking iron in the face, and I
love that. The makeup of the imprint that's there
that
for the
remains
rest of the
there.
movie. It's like, that is exactly what it should look like if this were a cartoon. It wouldn't look like
absolutely perfect, that
film.
film.
But it's fucking amazing.
So good. My number 3 is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. You probably saw that coming because I talked to you about it the other day, basically. But at any rate, yeah, my number 3 is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. If ever there was a film that isn't really about Christmas, isn't really a Christmas film, but is really fucking Christmassy, that's probably it. More so than Trading Places, more so than In Bruges, which is why it's number 3 and not the other ones. But Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is the greatest film that you've never seen. I know you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
it. Look at that. Perfect. Duncan says, I still haven't seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Of course you haven't. Nobody has. It's so underrated. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a Robert Downey Jr. film about how he's trying to get he's a cat burglar, and he's on the phone to his son, like saying, what do you want for Christmas? And is trying to direct him to the place in the store where he's going to get the Christmas present for his son. But of course, it's too late. He's broken into the place.
Oh, I do remember you talking about this now. Yes,
so he breaks into the place.
Rooster's seen it.
Ah, that's excellent. It is really, really good.
That makes 2 people.
And it is about on par with how I expect. Most people haven't seen it. But at any rate, he tries to steal this present, and then the police come, and he has to run. And he somehow, in order to lay low, he stumbles into an audition.
Oh, fuck. My question was, does he sing in it?
He doesn't sing, no. He stumbles in. He has just, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but he stumbles into an audition. It's so convincing that they send him to LA to get a part in a movie, basically. So they send him to LA, and he gets embroiled in this film noir-esque detective thing. It is sharp, and it is sarcastic, and it is funny, and it's all set at Christmas. And there's a lot of women in Christmas outfits and stuff. And
this sounds a lot more Christmassy than anything else on your list.
I know, but that's why it's at 3 and not at 5.
Gotcha.
See, I thought about this. I know it seems outrageous, but yeah. So it is funny as fuck. It's sharp as fuck. It's got I can't remember the guy's name in it. But anyway, it's really, really fucking good. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's an action film. It's got Robert Downey Jr. It's at Christmas, and it is so whip sharp. Watch it. Thank me later. What a fucking film. I've recommended that film to so many fucking people. And now I can say it because it's Christmas. Anyway.
Is it age appropriate? Could we watch it with Hannah around?
No.
Yeah.
There are guns. People get shot.
I don't care about that.
Oh, well, I mean, swearing and guns, I guess. Girls look a bit skimpy.
Maybe not then.
I don't know. I don't think you want to watch it around Hannah, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
Do watch it. God damn, you've got to get on that. What's your number 2?
My number 2, and I've got to be specific here because there are 2. My number 2 is Miracle on 34th Street, the Attenborough version.
The Attenborough version, man.
The more recent of
Duncan's
the 2.
going to love this shit. He bloody loves that film.
Yes. I remember watching this film as a child on television, and then the year following I wanted to watch it again, but it was like set to broadcast at like 1 in the afternoon or some shit before we'd broken up from school. And I was so fucking livid that day that I was like, I don't want to go to school. I want to stay at home and watch Miracle on 34th Street. And I'm like, my parents were like, you have to go to school. We will tape it. I'm like,
okay,
fine. Come home.
Parents and technology, eh?
Yeah. Come home. Ready to watch Miracle on 34th Street. Where is Miracle on 34th Street? Sorry, I forgot.
I think it's like Coronation Street.
No,
the fuck.
No, just forgot.
Sad news about Val Kilmer, though he was awesome in that movie. What happened to Val Kilmer? Did he die? Did I miss something? At any rate, Val Kilmer is in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He's amazing in it. Everyone's amazing in that fucking film. What a film. Hey, yes. That's another one. That's another good one. That was number 2. That's a really, really good one. And like Duncan, who is Captain Christmas, is loving your list.
Cool.
Very strong list.
I'm not sure it's going to like my number 1, but we'll see.
Oh, man, I can't wait for this now.
I really like all the legal scenes in it, and I just love the kind of nod and wink to, you know, like, come on, you know you're not real, like,
yeah,
and yeah, I just love it. I just love everything about it.
Oh, had throat cancer and had to get a tracheotomy. I think I knew that. Well, yes, no, it is very sad. But all of his fucking movies are amazing. So
yes, and he will be forever immortalized in them.
That's right. And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang's one of them. So fucking watch it.
Do it for Val.
Do it for Val. If not for me, if not for Al, do it for Val. It's a phrase you can take to the bank.
Get that on a t-shirt.
I know, right? Number 2. My number 2, I'm going to whip into this, is the same as your number 4. Which one was Home Alone? Because mine's Home Alone.
3.
Right. Yeah, Home Alone is number 2. Do you know what? For the longest time, pip to the post, as you can see, for the longest time, Home Alone was my favourite Christmas film. I always watch it at Christmas. I bloody love it. There's nothing more perfect than that. That film, it's like the score is really Christmassy. It's all snowy. It's got, this is what I mean when I talk about the embodiment of Christmas. It's got the hustle and bustle.
Since I mentioned Home Alone minutes ago, I've had the song in my head. That do 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 do.
Yeah, it's fucking everything about that fucking thing. Yeah, the hustle and bustle of it. They're all trying to get somewhere. They're going away for holidays. They're arguing with each other, but they love each other. And it's Christmas. Santa Claus is in it. Carols, fucking, this is what I mean. That's what sets it apart. That is that whole holistic Christmas thing. Everything about it, and it's beautiful. And there's like this redemption in a way, because like he hates them, but he loves them, but he doesn't know what he's saying. And it's her rushing back. John Candy's in that fucking film.
He is.
John Candy has a massive fucking cameo that's hugely fucking improvised because he's a fucking genius. All of that stuff is just fucking made up. What a fucking guy. And then on top of it all, as if that wasn't enough, there's Joe Pesci. Oh, I looked up the other guy's name. I can't never remember the other guy's name. But the 2 Wet Bandits, are so perfect in that film. I love that film so much. I looked up shit about it. Like, for instance, when they almost hit him with the van, and he goes, ah, and they hit with the van. They film that in reverse. So they start with him at it, and
like
then
up against the van, and then
they pull it back, and then they film it in like shit like that. Fucking
love that. That's amazing.
Home Alone. Like, also the blink and you'll miss it bit where they kind of like, he spills Pepsi on everything, and the tickets get thrown in. His ticket gets thrown in the trash.
It's just the perfect storm of like, you're like, how can they possibly fucking leave their kid behind?
It's impossible.
How can it happen? And then it's just, when you actually see all of this shit happening, you do like believe it.
Nobody crafts films like that. You know, the whole kind of thing that he's been watching Angels with Dirty Faces, the whole keep the change, you filthy animal, which then became part of our lexicon. The fact that everyone that drives up knocks the fucking little statue over. All these little touches in that film make it so perfect. And you know, fuck it. It should be number 1.
As I think about it.
You made a huge mistake.
As I think about it, and
Daniel Stern, thank you very much.
I may be corrected. I think it's one of the films out there that has the least amount of continuity errors in it. Like, there isn't very much that doesn't pay off in some way.
Yeah.
Everything in it is specifically chosen and crafted.
Yeah.
For effect. And yeah,
it's just really good.
You can't beat it.
It is so fucking good.
Apart from by 2 other films in my case.
By one film
in your case.
It's been. I mean, I'll watch it again this year. I think it's delightful. Absolutely delightful.
Well, I am pleased that we've now got to the Christmas movie portion of your list.
Yeah. Well, it was this one and number 1 were the only ones that I really like as Christmas films. So I had to find 3 other films which were close enough.
She's sparkling.
Yeah, Home Alone, a fun family Christmas film, or a film about neglectful parents with criminals trying to kill a kid.
Yes.
I mean, that is also true.
Yeah.
And that's the true meaning of Christmas.
And I've been to the Home Alone house.
Even
So
the
that's-
cop that comes to check on Kevin knocks the statue over, but you don't see him. I just fucking love that shit. You say you've been to the Home Alone house.
I have been to the Home Alone house.
What the fuck is Mr. McAllister's job that he can own that fucking house and take his entire family, extended family, on a trip to fucking Paris?
I felt like he was a lawyer or something.
It's just fucking so much money.
Yeah. They probably should have addressed that.
Yeah.
He's a gangster.
Keep the change, you filthy animal. See, we knew it all along.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go with your number one or?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, you said just a moment ago that you didn't know if Duncan's going to dig this, but like,
there are reasons people wouldn't like this, but this has always been my favourite Christmas film of all time.
Wow.
I make a point of watching it every year. It holds many special things for me that it probably doesn't hold for other people. It ticks so many boxes for me personally compared to other Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And so my favourite Christmas movie, the number one in every list, is Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way! Oh my god! Do you know, by the way, before we continue, that was on the list of worst films ever that I looked
Probably.
up. Yeah.
But they're wrong.
Why do you like it?
I love everything about it. I love the commercialism part of it, because you can have all of these, like, you know, stick your fingers in your mouth, sickly sweet Christmas movies.
Yes.
And
I'm out. Original sarcasm, man. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
and you can have all of the sickly sweet, like, feel good Christmas movies you want. But this kind of touched on the reality of Christmas for so many people. It's like you can't find the fucking thing you want to get for your kid, and it's all bullshit trying to find this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you've got, like, dickheads all around you trying to ruin things, take things away from you. Bullshit happens, bullshit ensues, and at the end of the day, he still, you know, pulls it off and does the nice thing for his kid. Totally durdles into it. It's not a deliberate thing in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, Turbo Man, like, that whole, like, I need to get a Turbo Man doll, it was based on the people want to get a Megazord for their kid for Christmas.
Yeah.
So it speaks to me from a Toku Power Rangers kind of way. And yeah, I love it. I love Arnie. Arnie's great.
He is great.
I love the kid's stroppy acting when his dad fucks things up and comes into his room to try and make up for the fact that he missed his, like, karate rehearsal, puts the thing on his head and he's going, "Ooh, what?" And he just kicks his foot over the kid's head and the kid just goes and just gets up and moves to the other side of the room.
Do you know what? I have to say,
like,
I don't think I've seen this film. I just don't think I ever watched it. Never watched it.
It's so good. It's so good. And it's got, you know, jetpacks in it, and it's got Sinbad in it. Sinbad is great.
Man, I should probably watch this film.
Sinbad. You can watch it with me next week when I watch it again.
That's fair enough.
I must say, I did try to watch it with Hannah, and she was not into it. But it's not really a film for 3-year-olds, to be honest. And it's got Phil Hartman in it. Fucking yes. Exactly.
Honestly, I love the whole top 5. Probably like yours more than mine
says,
because it's so
Jeremy,
Christmassy.
I think it's a shockingly terrible film, and you're exactly right to love it. Preach on.
Yeah. Your list is amazing.
Thank you.
It's really good.
I'd like to say I worked hard on it, but it was pretty simple for me to come up with it.
My hardest thing was, like, as I say, when I thought about it, I every year I never watched Elf because just something conspired against me. Like, every year, if I was like, put it on, or it'd just be finishing, or something like that, or I miss it.
Right, well, it's on Netflix.
Well, I've seen it
this year.
I have since seen it, but that was what was leading up to it. As it happened, when I watched it, everyone had told me everything about it so well, or told me that I'd love it so much. By the time I did watch it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But it didn't blow me over. Bowl me over?
I kind of felt that way about It's a Wonderful Life.
It's like these things, if you've been told about them, that's why I wasn't a big fan of that, so I never made it. When I started to think about the films I actually liked, I realised there were only really 2 truly, I mean, you'll debate this last one, Christmassy films that I really like, because kind of Elf in there. Bad Santa, I do like Bad Santa, but I probably wouldn't make the list. So there, and when you had to compete with things like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, it was very hard to do. But number 1 for me is The Nightmare Before Christmas. because I bloody love The Nightmare Before Christmas. And the scene where, I mean, you can't deny that's a Christmassy film because the whole thing is about taking over Christmas, albeit in a fucking stupid, nightmarish, Halloween-y way. In a sinister way.
Kind of way.
Sinister, subversive. That's perfect. Much better than what I was talking about. In a sinister way, it is still them kind of misunderstanding how to do Christmas. And when you go to when he goes to Christmas Land, it is the most perfect Christmas look, and he's got this wonder that a child would have about Christmas Town, and he goes through and he's singing about it, and it's a musical as well. I mean, what's not to like? Tim Burton stop motion animation musical about Christmas, and everything about it is perfect. That film is fucking exquisite, and I just love it. And you can watch it Halloween as well.
Yeah, I was going to say it fits in at Halloween. So if you really want to get Christmas kicked off in a Duncan the Singer kind of way, you can start at Halloween with that and just roll straight through November and December and job done. There
are so many close... I was thinking Home Alone for ages, but the thing about it, I suppose, it's so exquisite and it's so perfectly made and so well done. And all the songs are really good. And when they got in my head, I was like, oh, this is so good. And there's that love story aspect all the way through that is so... Like so many other aspects about love stories which are just creeping, don't creep up on you. You see it really hit with the hammer the whole way through. These guys will fall in love. But this one was so beautiful, and of course, like at the end, they're singing together, and it's just, oh my God.
I must confess, I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Oh, I love it.
And I don't remember anything about it. So
that's
on the list for next week.
So there you go. I always knew that my list would be a bit kind of cheeky. I forgot to. What was I going to say? I forgot I was going to do
you forgot the thing.
Yeah, I forgot the thing. I was going to do my number one is Die Hard. What a fucking film! The quintessential Christmas film. But I completely forgot to do it because, you know, Elfman's score is impossibly good. That's the thing that, yes, of course, I didn't really go into that in any depth. But Danny Elfman,
you could not mention the title of the film, and that statement will be true.
Yeah,
of pretty much every single film that Elfman scores.
Yeah, Danny Elfman's score is fucking perfect. Absolutely perfect. Really, really amazing. I mean, what a perfect... There's something... Oh, I love it. Tim Burton, Danny Elfman. Oh, shivers. Actual shivers. Love it. So, you would love Carousel, Alex. The musical Carousel. I have never seen it, which has surprised me because I think it's Rodgers and Hammerstein. Anyway, that's my top 5. That's your top 5. Also, Elfman, extra Christmas points.
Have you seen the Christmas films that made us on Netflix? Not yet. I will do. I definitely will do.
You looking up to?
Yeah, I have a. Yeah, the question is, Captain Sora said you have a green light, and then promptly hasn't said anything. So
I think
has he passed out? I'm just going to throw that out there. Has he passed out?
I think
is he streaming at all? We can use that information and go forward. But regardless of whether he's streaming or not, we do have at least one more segment that we must.
Oh yeah. What do you want to cut straight to that, or did you want to do another one first? So how do you feel about it?
I think we could quite happily do that and
be out.
Call it a day.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, and if we didn't do this segment, I think people would not come back to this stream again because this has become, we're 30 episodes in. No, he's not streaming currently, and he's disappeared. So I think,
we don't expect him to be there tonight.
I think he might be asleep.
But, I mean, he normally starts now. So this section is probably going to take us about 20 minutes to do, I guess.
I think so.
So this will probably be enough.
Even if he does turn up,
we're not
getting anything for 20 minutes.
We're not going to chuck anything into the sea. The movies bits have effectively replaced that, and Haters Gonna Hate. Although we did have a bit of hate at British Gas.
I still feel like I've been pretty chill.
You have been pretty chill.
Yeah.
So we'll do, as the final section, the section we like to call Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Shall I do mine?
Yes. Now I need to remember which number you are now. I think you might be number 1.
Oh dear. Oh God.
Yep, that's the one.
Alright, so first of all. Okay guys. Eyes down looking for a full house.
Strap in.
Strap in. Get your arsehole meters ready. And make decisions on a couple of excellent... Well, I presume they're excellent. Okay. I just love this so much. All right. So first of all, a little context. We are 3 guys living together in a 3-bedroom, 1 living room apartment that I inherited from my parents who died when I was a teenager. Shit, this is getting dark like in Bruges. I'm 25M. Second guy, we're going to call R, 24M. And third guy is going to be S, 22M.
Shit names again.
These guys couldn't come up with names. Strap on, says Reese. Wank mode enabled. So, I'd also like to believe we are friends instead of just housemates. And I've told them both numerous times that as long as they stay here, they can treat my home as their own. Now, what happened is that S got a new girlfriend 2 months ago. We'll call her D. Oh my God. The girl is 20F, a student, and she lives on campus. Without speaking to me or our other housemate, he asked D to move in with him in his bedroom. She has been living with us rent-free for about a month or so. I didn't say anything at first because I figured, hey, he has a new girl. They want to spend time together. It's a new relationship. They want to see each other a lot. This is completely normal. About a week or so, I talked to him about asking her to move back on campus while making sure to make it abundantly clear that she's welcome to visit. The way I put it to him is like 2 to 3 days here, then 2-3 days back home is fine. S didn't respond to it, so yesterday night I asked him to talk to her again. He left me on read. I don't know.
On red.
On red.
As in, all of this communication has been through like text or messenger and whatever. Okay. And so he's left him on red. He read the message and then put this phone away.
Oh, I didn't realise that was a term.
Yes.
This morning I talked to her myself, explaining that she can't move in, but that she is welcome to visit. I think that I was kind of awkward, as I am usually non-confrontational. She got upset. Of course, someone has to. She got upset, left in a hurry, despite me telling her she didn't have to leave right away and that she just needs to keep it in mind. Afterwards, S was very aggressive, got into an argument with me, said he'll pay his month's rent and move out next month. I feel bad. I'm not sure if this is my fault. R is on my side, said that what I told him is normal and how rented places are supposed to work. My colleagues from work tell me that I'm way too permissive beta. You know, who says that? And that I should have kicked them both out this morning. I don't want to. I still consider S my friend. Somehow I still feel like an arsehole and like the bad guy. And I resent both S and D for making me feel this way. What do you guys think?
Can I just say, I fucking love the term permissive beta.
Way too permissive beta.
Such a permissive beta.
I have to say, fair play, I think. Fair play to
what?
Fair play to what? Yeah, so she's coming over. They're all meant to be paying rent. She comes over, and then she expects that she won't pay any rent. I mean,
yeah.
The room is already being rented by S, so he's paid the money. But like, if someone comes in and it's somebody else also on the tenancy agreement, they would be expected to pay as well, right?
Well, they're not even on the tenancy agreement. She's just there.
No, I mean,
all the time. You know, still using the resources of the property, like electricity, water, etc.
Yeah, I guess seems fine. You can't just move in. No, you can't just like subvert the rules like that. Otherwise, you would say like if the amount of money that the maintenance is costing and everything like that is being paid squarely by 3 people, whatever like that, and then she comes in. I mean, I have to say, if I came in and I was like using electricity, using the broadband, using the bits and pieces and stuff like that, I would
like chip in.
I'd want to chip in.
Maybe not get on the tenancy agreement or any of that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, like, you know, guys, I'm here a lot, and
yeah,
and like you guys pay the bills, so you know, how about here's a contribution that isn't equal to, you know, a third of or a quarter of, but here's something.
I would go to them and say, listen, here, it's not just like I feel like I'm not just a visitor anymore. I'm here and I should be contributing. So
I don't know that anyone is the arsehole particularly. I would disagree. I think that the boyfriend just rage quitting the property and saying, well, if you fucking talk to my girlfriend like that, then I'm gonna move out.
Could have had
he has reacted in a bullshit way to this. He, as you say, he could have had this conversation
in a adult way.
Yeah.
An adult way.
But also the op could have actually had a conversation with him in person rather than fucking messaging him.
Yeah.
That's lame.
Yeah. Just say, by the way, I love having your girlfriend round. But I mean, and we all like it when she walks out of the shower. We all enjoy it. Obviously, we're all having a good time here.
Hashtag wank mode enabled.
Yeah, absolutely. What we can't be having is someone basically not chipping in. And we'd like, well, I already paid the rent. I already paid the bills. I already pay the water, electricity, gas, blah, blah, blah. I pay all the utilities. What's the beef? It's like, I don't really understand how this sort of works. I suppose we're now using more than we would, so it will go up, and therefore,
as a unit, that couple is using more than the third that they pay for.
Our bills will now go up by one extra person.
Yes,
and that money isn't being paid by her.
It is not being evenly. It is being evenly distributed rather than being paid by this person.
Yes, she doesn't need an extra room, so if she wants to stay, her cut of everything we'll divide everything by 4.
Just she can pay a sixth.
Yeah, you can find a middle ground.
Half of a third seems reasonable.
I don't think it's unreasonable for the guy to say, "This is my place. This is how we're going to do it."
Yeah,
this is how
it's us three. There are 3 rooms.
Yeah,
like,
but it is weird that like he kind of tries to speak to him, and then he never really comes back to him about it. It's like he's tried to speak twice. It's like
that. Yeah, that just kind of tells you that the person knows they're in the wrong and that they shouldn't be moving their girlfriend in.
And they didn't want to say anything.
Yeah,
and probably also thinking, I don't want to split up with my girlfriend, so we need to make the. I need to take her side.
She needs to be here so I can put my dick in her, but she also needs to be there so that my flatmate doesn't get
one more person in the kitchen, bathroom, living room.
Yeah,
it's all part of it. It's all grist to the mill.
Yeah,
yeah,
so.
yeah. Is this guy the arsehole?
I don't think so.
I don't
think
really feel like he's
completely
an arsehole.
reasonable.
I don't think he's an arsehole.
Completely reasonable.
Actually, in reference to what Duncan said, I don't think that they are arseholes either. I just think that they all... I mean, let's face it. They're all 20s, early 20s guys who've probably never lived together before, and now they are, and this is probably the first time this ever came up.
Mm.
Yeah. Not unreasonable. Okay, well, decision made. Bonk. Right. This is...
So the next one is a long one. Long to the point I've had to split it over 2 bits of text on the screen.
Okay, but don't worry, because you can read it.
Yeah, you can read it, and I'm going to read it to you. Okay, so once again, strap on. So I'm 22M, and I attend a local sci-fi club.
Nice.
It's only a small group of friends who meet at some guy's house in a town about 20 miles from me. The guy who runs it is called Dave, and whilst I don't know Dave personally, we have a mutual friend, Matt, who has invited me. A few months pass, and we all get on fine. I'm not particularly close to Dave. He seems pretty quiet, but happy for all of us to descend on his house every week to watch Star Trek. Winning.
Nice.
In turn, I invite another sci-fi fan called James. Everyone loves James, and he fits right in. We're all having a good time. On one occasion, myself and James are sitting next to each other in armchairs, and we're just messing about, insulting each other, general banter, etc. Chat turns to fake horseplay, where we are both pretending to have like a slap fight, where we ineffectually slap at each other, all in jest. Like a...
Yeah.
It's relevant to the story to say, we aren't moving our lower bodies a lot. It's all arms flailing with no power behind them. Everyone is just, pardon me, joking around. Nothing is said. Everyone making jokes, etc. The following week at the club is the same as always, only this time, sitting on the printer is the picture of a chair. The printer is on the way to the kitchen, so everyone can spot that something has been printed out and then sat up for all to see. Okay. The picture of an armchair has various annotations on it, like, your butt goes here, your arms go here, etc. And I really didn't think anything of it at all. In fact, it made no sense. Now, I get a lift home with Matt, and as we left to get in his car, Matt said to me, "You know that printed picture of a chair was about you, right?" I said I had no idea, and it didn't make sense. He went on to explain that Dave had seen me and James rocking about in his armchairs, air quotes, and generally jumping around all over them, so Dave had decided to print out a little picture to get the message across. Not so much. Now, for a start, Dave's little passive-aggressive printout did not in any way get the message across. No shit. In fact, it was so opaque in delivering its message that it had to be explained to me by our mutual friend. Indeed, no other member of the club understood it either, and no one made a comment about it.
Okay.
Switch home. Further, Dave is like 45 years old. He is a grown-ass man. He clearly should have said it to me and James. Should have said, "Listen, I love having you guys come round to my house, but would you mind not jumping around on the furniture and rocking on my chairs because you might break something? And if this had been the truth, I might have responded something like, "Oh God, Dave, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot myself. Everyone was having such a good time and we just ended up being silly. Thanks for letting me know. It won't happen again. Let me know if there's any damage." But he didn't come up to us and talk to us like a fucking normal person. Because, of course, his version of events was complete and utter bullshit. And this would... And this would have been revealed pretty fast into our conversation when he would have said, "Don't rock about in my chairs," and I would have responded with something like, "What the fuck are you talking about, you crazy fucking lunatic? We weren't doing anything of the sort. If you truly thought we were, then you would have stepped in there and not waited a week to print out some passive-aggressive horseshit." Fair play.
I love this so much.
This improvised response continues. "In fact, Dave, what this comes down to is that me and James are charismatic motherfuckers and you were a curmudgeon-y cunt and didn't like people coming to your house and stealing the spotlight, and this was an ill-advised attempt to take us down a peg or two. But instead, all that's happened is no one understood it and you ended up looking like even more of a prick. So, the story might have run away from me at the end, but perhaps you might be able to let me know, am I the arsehole? Or without wishing to put words in your mouth, is Dave the arsehole? Idta.
Dave is such the A. Yes, but I don't know. I think I'm with you on that. Alex. Alex loves this because he does these role plays all the time. Does anybody have any opinion on
who's the arsehole, folks?
Yeah, who is the arsehole in this? Because I mean, I can't help thinking that, like, it seems to us that it seems to me, at any rate, that this guy could have had a lovely, normal conversation. That's the guy, yeah. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy off. Sorry, we're banning some people from the stream. It does seem like Dave could have had a normal, non-passive aggressive conversation with the original poster.
Dave values his furniture. Perhaps he shouldn't be inviting rowdy youths to his house in the first place.
I know, right? I know exactly. He probably shouldn't be doing that. Dave is the arsehole. Immature. He is immature. He could have just said to the person,
"Hey, Dick, stop fucking
about in my chairs." At which point,
it would have been done in seconds.
It would have been done in
seconds.
Hey,
arsehole, stop fucking with my chairs. End of.
And then they might have said, "Oh, we're not really doing anything, but like, hey, it's your house, your rules. Your perception of things might well be flawed." They might well have said. I say extrapolating as well as I can.
That was definitely articulated with words.
Yes,
I will say that.
Yes. He should have spoken up.
Yeah.
So I mean, the way it's written leads you down to. I mean, I would like to say I want to hear Dave's view of this. If it's all made up, why are they asking if they were the arsehole? Now they are the arsehole as they slag Dave off in public for being an arsehole. Well, I mean, if it's all made up, why are they asking if they were the arsehole? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I see what you mean. If their perception is, I guess, like, the feeling is, I suppose, as I read
is
this,
Dave the arsehole for the passive-aggressive...
For being a passive-aggressive
printed bullshit.
Right, regardless of like perception. Because the perception could be flawed. Maybe they were a bit more roughhousey than they think they were. Maybe they were a bit less than he thinks they were. But surely the point of this is that if you want to be a real grown-up, then you don't write fucking passive-aggressive shit. Let's just leave that there.
This is the pizza box all over again.
It is the pizza box all over again. And now there they are, so slag Dave off in public. Do you know what I'll say, original sarcasm man? I don't know if you know me. Oh God, imagine if...
This has been a huge bluff this entire time, and he's just succinctly, like, picked up bits of information from somewhere and it's like, I'll pretend like I know these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you.
Him, not me.
What if it was your armchair? Well, I mean, if they're just doing a little bit of kind of... I mean, it's really not probably going to injure my armchair. I'll take that on my armchair.
I've done worse to people's armchairs, let that be said.
It's a trap! Now they are the arsehole. They slag Dave off in public for being an arsehole. Well, I mean, if he's an arsehole, he deserves everything he gets. I mean, that's just the rules, right?
Yeah, arseholes deserve to be called out as arseholes.
Dave sounds like a nice guy. Might have been awkward in confrontations. Dave's invited people around to do something nice. This entitled brat comes from... Oh
How
man.
old was he? 22.
He's 22. He's 22. He's 22. Maybe he doesn't know any better. This entitled brat comes around to a guy's house he's never met, brings a friend. It's just respect to treat people's property with respect, real. Actually, that's probably a fair point. If it was my armchair, I'd probably say steady now.
Steady, boys.
Yeah, steady. Hang on, guys. Well, I think Dave's the arsehole in this one. But it seems like the chat is...
I got the feeling you might say that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah.
I wouldn't go so far to say that Dave's an arsehole. I'd say he's a passive-aggressive prick.
Maybe Dave, just didn't know how to deal with it. Maybe he just doesn't like confrontation. That was his only way of doing it at the time. Maybe he regrets it dearly.
He just wanted someone to watch Star Trek with.
Yeah.
Just wanted to just sit fucking still and watch Star Trek with him. That's all he wanted. Poor Dave.
Fuck that guy. Duncan the singer. This. What did he say? Alex, was this us? No, Duncan, this wasn't us. But it was me and Bass. So yeah, no, I went round. I used to go to a Star Trek club called Energize, over in Ashford, and this happened to me, and I was telling Jez about it the other day. So I'm writing this shit down. So yes, it did actually happen.
22M.
22. Oh, I knew it was you. Yeah, of course it was me. Of course it was me. Am I the arsehole? Of course I'm the fucking arsehole.
Clip that.
Oh my god. I don't think I'll get low enough in the camera for it. Exactly. Maybe Dave didn't want the young guys to take the piss out of him for being asked them to calm down. Yeah, maybe. We weren't actually that bad. And actually, when I wrote that bit at the end, I don't even know if that's true. I was just trying to be as crazily arseholish as I could. I don't think you thought any of those things.
And I think you gimmicked Kamen Rider Wizard. Wait, this is about Alex?
This is about Alex, what's happening? Yes, I'm the entitled brat, Carmen.
Yeah, you got gimmicked.
Yeah, and...
in with the Russo swerve.
Yeah, yes. It was me. It's me. It's DDP.
Bang!
In my defense, we really weren't moving around that much. But when I got there the next week, there's this fucking thing on the printer, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then when I left, Matt was like, oh yeah, that was about you. So go fuck yourself, basically. And I was like, we didn't do anything. We didn't fucking do anything. And I was talking to Bass, and I was like, did we do anything? He's like, we didn't do anything. And like, no one else in the club could understand it. They were all like, the next week, we were like, by the way, last week, do you remember that thing? And they were like, what the fuck? So nobody could grasp what the fuck had gone on. So it was super, super weird. So we were right. The entitled brat was the arsehole. You are correct, Carmen. Yeah.
I mean, you were the only person that said that, but yes.
No, I love it. I love it so much. Yeah. I actually don't think Dave... I think that was bullshit, frankly, and I've always been annoyed by it. It's always pissed me off. But I don't think we ever got on. Shortly after that, I think I left that club. I don't think I stayed very much longer in I don't think I stayed very much longer in that club. Anyway, so that was just a bit silly, because yes, it was me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that went out there.
That was a bit of a bait and switch, really.
That Carmen called you an entitled twat.
It was brat. No, sorry. I mean,
both are true.
Those are true. Yeah.
Who's to be picky at this point?
This stream's full of plot twists, isn't it? Isn't it? Did you enjoy that? I thought that was going to be fun, and it was fun. I wonder if I can come up with it again. See, because it says 22M because I said it like it was at the time. See, I'm messing with the time.
I should think there's plenty of times when I've been an arsehole.
I love the style. I'm glad you love the style. It was outrageous.
And I think we made the right choice in me reading it.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't really contain himself when I was reading it.
I know.
With his, like, agreeing and going, yes, yeah, exactly.
I wanted to pretend like I was joining in.
So can you imagine if he actually read that himself?
Oh my god. It's so outrageous.
Right. So, I
yes.
think that brings us to a close for this 30th episode of Don't Get Me Started. Our Christmas
episode.
Yeah.
No, don't worry, Carl. You don't have to justify yourself to me. I'm
No.
totally fine with it.
We're all friends here.
We are all friends. The roleplay was so Alex. What, the kind of, oh, I probably would have said this, and then he would have said that, and then I'd have said, yeah, you're right.
I mean, if there is one word in this that outed Alex as the author, it was curmudgeonly.
Curmudgeonly. I just like, what, pass me that minute. What's the bit that I love about this that I say, which is just like, now, for a start, Dave's little passive-aggressive printout did not in any way get the message across. In fact, it was so opaque in delivering its message, it had to be explained to me by our mutual friend, which I thought referring to it as opaque was also fucking... Like, who writes that shit? Only a cunt like me. Fuck Dave.
Anyway, back on track, yes. 30 episodes.
Yeah, 30 episodes.
Don't get me started. All contained within this year of 2020. We,
to be honest, this one was 3 pages long. Should have guessed it was always me chatting. Yeah, you're right.
But this isn't the last opportunity to see us as Don't Get Me Started pricks.
No.
Because there will be a little kind of year recap / looking at clips and us being dickheads. It's probably mostly just going to be talking about Shed Store, to be honest, but we'll see. On the Christmas extravaganza this Friday night.
Yes. I feel lied to, Alex. I know. Well, I was kind of lying. Well, I was misleading you.
Yeah,
I was misdirecting
the reason you feel lied to is because you were lied to.
You hurt me. That hurt you deep. I apologise.
Cut me deep, bro.
It had to be done for the joke. In order to get it, I couldn't open with "This is me." This is a story about me. Just like when you decommissioned Connor. He's still decommissioned. We saved that boy's ass about 3 times, but he's still out there.
He's still decommissioned.
He's still frozen somewhere. I enjoyed the ride. It was a fun ride. It's just a ride. But I'm so glad you're here, having fun. Now, we are going to have to think about who to...
I know who I'm raiding.
Oh, you do?
I do, yes. Stick around as we raid a person that I met the other day called Truly Purple Turtle. He is very cool, and I really enjoyed his stream the other day.
Okay, cool.
Stick around.
I'm leaving to go cry.
Well, stick around to tell him where you've come from.
I believe you're going anywhere, Carmen.
Stick around for the raid. Tell him...
has offices all over the world, but I'm most at home with you, here in Blighty.
What?
Fuck off, Google.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
So strange.
Yeah, stick around for the raid. Just go, raid! Hear from the Jez Show, blah, blah, blah. And then you can leave if you want.
You can go.
But he's cool. You'll enjoy it if you do stay. So in traditional Don't Get Me Started fashion, we'll see you on Friday.
Yes, we will.
I would like you to give me your favourite quote from Not a Christmas Film.
Favourite quote from Not a Christmas film.
From Not a Christmas Film.
Stay out of Malibu, Lebowski.